this is Dave for That's Us Gaming, and welcome to Dave's Ramblings, where I basically talk your ear off about things I find interesting. Now, originally I wanted this to be my guess of what Smash Bros. Ultimate characters were going to be on DLC, but instead it's going to be about Fallout 76. I have intentionally let this game go because it's just so easy to kick them when they're down. And just when it looked like they were going to close the year on a quiet note, they managed to fuck up again. And I'll come to the final shit cherry on this. But first, I think we need to just look back at the utter shit show that was Fallout 76. Now, considering that this game was released officially on the 14th of November, it has had a ridiculous run of news stories and awful reviews from everyone. Let's have a look at some key moments in the absolute storm of Fallout 76. So, first up, people playing the beta said it was a bug-ridden mess, and Bethesda basically went, okay, we'll take that on board, and then they pretty much released the game as is anyway. And now I know they're running on their modified, I think it's creation engine, and it is awful, but to essentially just disregard feedback, I mean, Christ. Next, this is still in beta mind, there was a bug that deleted the entire 50 gig beta download on some PCs. And like I said, we haven't even hit release yet. And on their Twitter, they were saying, oh no, quick, don't touch any buttons, which made people think their PC was about to explode. Now, when the game finally released, as I said before, it had more bugs than Timon and Pumbaa's dinner plates, and people were being denied refunds from Bethesda. Which, I mean, if a game releases broken, you would essentially think that they would have a duty of care, I suppose, to refund those people. I mean, this was so bad that there was people actually prompting calls for lawsuits because it was essentially a false advertising claim. I mean, this whole thing, however, was shadowed by the Power Armor Bag controversy, or Baggate, as it's affectionately called. In the advertising material for the Power Armor edition, you had a canvas bag. It was a canvas-looking bag. It looked lovely. But when the game released, it was this horrible, cheap nylon crap. Think about the same sort of stuff that you would see Scousers back in the 90s and the 80s in those shell suits. Imagine that material, and that was what they gave people, and people were understandably pissed. Now, Bethesda said that there weren't enough materials, and as compensation, Bethesda gave people 500 atoms, which is basically their bullshit made-up currency. But, as people noted, it was an amount that couldn't even buy the postman skin that actually came with a fucking canvas bag in the game, which is ridiculous. And then, not long after that, Bethesda were caught out again when it was discovered that they had given the canvas bags, the actual canvas bags, to, quote, online influencers. So now they have promised canvas bags to all affected. But it's not cheered up irritated fans at all. And then, I mean, literally, listen to this. It's like fucking the life of Mr. Bean. 2 days after announcing canvas bags for all, Bethesda manages to have a friggin' data breach on its customer support page. It's a friggin'... it's an absolute PR nightmare after PR nightmare. Apparently this was due to a glitch. Who knew that the owners of the world's buggiest engine would have glitches everywhere? I literally wonder if I wandered into Bethesda HQ if I could clip through the fucking walls. Now, add all these controversies to an immortality glitch. There was somebody who literally could not kill themselves. They patched out a bug that players actually liked, where completing a certain mission would give, I believe it was extra supplies and food to all the people on the server. So you actually felt like you were influencing something. They patched that out. It turns out that they weren't actually giving you any sort of narrative, you know, helping you change and do something. They were actually just patching out a fucking bug afterwards. That's ridiculous. And like I said, just top off the fact that it is an absolutely awful game, and now throw this cherry on top. As I said earlier, right, just before the new year, it was all quiet, and now this. Fallout 76 had a pre-order for Nuka-Cola Dark Rum, and it was sold as an $80 bottle of rum. It was shaped like a rocket, like Nuka-Cola, and then it got sent out, and it turns out it's a cheap glass Coke bottle with a thin plastic sleeve on it to make it look like a rocket. An $80 bottle of rum. People wanted it because that would look fantastic on a shelf or something, and it's a tiny bit of plastic that fits over like a standard Coke bottle. How the hell? People even put on there that there were Nuka-Cola plastic drinking things on Etsy for maybe a quarter of the price that Bethesda were asking. I mean, to be perfectly honest with you, that is atrocious. So yeah, that is pretty much, I think that pretty much sums up now what has happened with Fallout 76. That is a nice little brief timeline for you. Add that onto the fact that people have been looking at skins on the you know, basically anything on the Atom store is just overpriced. People are really complaining about the state of it. And to be perfectly honest with you, if Fallout 76 actually survives 2019 after all of this, it is more resilient than a bleeding Deathclaw. So yeah, hopefully next week I'll find, well, I say next week, the week after, I'll finally get around to get my Smash Brothers guesses for DLC up. And we've already had Piranha Plant and Joker, but we've still got 4 more characters that we need to guess about. But as I say, I just could not let Bethesda get away with it any bleeding longer. Thank you very much for listening, and please like, share and subscribe, and I will see you later. Bye.